Welcome to your quiet space for building real English confidence. We have all had that moment where a friendly smile turns into sudden panic because you have run out of words. Picture this. You are at a cafe. A stranger sits down opposite you. You both smile. You say hi. Then, silence. The air feels heavy. You look down at your phone just to escape the awkwardness.
I used to dread that moment so much. I felt like I was boring or that my English wasn't fast enough to be interesting, so I would just hide in my phone to avoid the pain.
In this lesson, we will learn the environment anchor. We will practice 3 simple phrases to break that silence naturally without asking personal questions. Before we learn the solution, we need to understand the mistake almost everyone makes. Mark, when you first started learning a language and you met someone new, what did you usually say after hello?
Oh, that is easy. I would go straight to the textbook questions. I would ask, what is your name? Or where are you from? Or what is your job?
Exactly. We call this interview mode. It is the biggest trap for English learners.
It felt like the right thing to do. I wanted to show interest. I wanted to be polite. But the conversation always died very quickly.
It died because interview mode puts a lot of pressure on the other person. When a stranger sits down with a coffee, they usually want to relax. If you immediately ask, what is your job? You are asking for personal information. You are asking them to work.
That makes so much sense. I remember seeing people look a little uncomfortable when I did that. They would give a short answer, like, I am an accountant, and then they would look away, and then the silence would come back, and it would be even worse than before.
That awkward silence is what we want to fix today. The problem with interview mode is that it focuses on the person. It is too direct for the first 10 seconds. Instead, we want to use the environment anchor.
The environment anchor. That sounds much safer. What does that mean exactly?
An anchor is something that holds a boat in one place. In conversation, an environment anchor connects you and the stranger to the place you are in, right now. You do not talk about them. You do not talk about you. You talk about here.
So we are finding common ground because we are both in the same cafe or the same line or the same bus stop.
Exactly. It is a shared reality. It is neutral. It is safe. And the best part is that it requires 0 personal information.
That is a relief. I always worry about being too intrusive or rude in English.
Let's look at the first technique of the environment anchor. We call this the sensory observation.
The sensory observation. That means talking about what we see, hear, or smell?
Yes, you simply make a comment about the environment around you. This is the easiest way to break the silence because the answer is right in front of you. You don't have to invent a topic.
Can you give me an example? Let's say we are back in that cafe. It is Saturday afternoon. It is loud. There are many people. What do I say?
You look around, you smile at the person, and you say, it's surprisingly busy in here today, isn't it?
It is surprisingly busy in here today, isn't it?
That is perfect. Let's break that down. You are observing a fact. The cafe is busy, but you are adding a little bit of opinion with the word surprisingly.
And then I end with a question tag, isn't it?
Yes. The question tag is the invitation. It tells the other person, I am friendly, and you can speak if you want to, but it is low pressure. They can just nod if they want.
I like that. It feels much lighter than asking, what do you do for a living?
Let's try another one. Imagine you are in a quiet park. The sun is shining. It is a beautiful day. What is a sensory observation you could make?
Maybe it is so nice to finally see the sun, isn't it?
Beautiful. It is so nice to finally see the sun, isn't it? You are focusing on a positive shared experience. Who doesn't like the sun?
It feels very natural. I'm not demanding an answer. I'm just sharing a thought.
Exactly. And that is the key to confidence. You are not performing English. You're just sharing a moment. Let's practice the rhythm of the cafe phrase again. Listen to the intonation. It is surprisingly busy in here today, isn't it?
It is surprisingly busy in here today, isn't it?
Notice how your voice goes down at the end on isn't it? This shows you are making a comment, not asking a serious question.
Isn't it? Okay, I can feel the difference. If my voice goes up, it sounds like I'm confused.
Right. You want to sound calm and observant. Let's try one for a negative situation. Sometimes bonding over a small problem is the best way to connect. Imagine you are waiting for a train and it is late.
Oh, this happens all the time. Everyone is standing on the platform looking annoyed.
Perfect. This is a golden opportunity for an environment anchor. You can catch someone's eye and say, I guess we are going to be waiting a while, huh?
I guess we're going to be waiting a while, huh?
Huh? Acts just like, isn't it? It is a soft invitation to agree.
And in that situation, everyone is feeling the same frustration, so saying it out loud makes us allies. We are on the same team against the late train.
Precisely. You have turned a room full of strangers into a team, just with one sentence, and you haven't asked anyone for their name yet.
This helps my anxiety so much. I always felt I had to be clever or funny, but actually, I just need to say what is obvious.
The obvious is your best friend in a second language. You don't need to be a philosopher. You just need to be present.
So step 1 is the sensory observation. We comment on the noise, the weather, the crowd, or the wait. What happens next?
Once you have broken the silence, the other person will usually agree with you. They might say, "Yeah, it is really crowded," or "I know, this train is always late."
And then what? Usually this is where I get stuck again. We agree, we nod, and then the silence comes back.
That is the danger zone. If you stop there, the conversation dies. You need to bridge the gap from the environment to the person. We call this technique B, the me to you pivot.
The me to you pivot. I like the sound of that. How does it work?
It has two parts. First, you share a small piece of information about yourself. That is the me part. Then you ask a related question about them. That is the you part.
Okay. Can we see this in the cafe scenario?
Sure. You have just established that it is busy. The stranger says, "Yeah, it is packed." Now you pivot. You could say, "I usually come here for the quiet. Do you come here often?"
Ah, I see. The me part is I usually come here for the quiet. That explains why I am commenting on the crowd.
Yes, it gives context. It makes you a real person, not just a robot making comments. And then the you part, "Do you come here often?" hands the ball to them.
Do you come here often is a classic phrase, but now it makes sense because it is connected to the context. I am not just asking randomly.
Exactly. Let's try another example. Let's use the coffee. The smell of coffee is a great sensory anchor.
Okay, so first I do this sensory observation. It smells amazing in here, doesn't it?
Good. The stranger nods and says, "It really does." Now do the me to you pivot.
Okay, me part first. I love their dark roast. And then the you part. Have you tried the pastries here?
Perfect. Put it together.
I love their dark roast. Have you tried the pastries here?
That flows so smoothly. You shared a preference, "I love their dark roast," and then you asked for a recommendation. "Have you tried the pastries?" People love giving recommendations.
It feels much easier than asking, what are your hobbies? Because the pastries are right there in the glass case. We can both see them.
You are staying inside the environment anchor. You are not asking them to think about their life outside the cafe. You are just asking about the food right in front of you. It is very low effort for them to answer.
And if they say, no, I haven't tried them, I haven't lost anything, I can just say, they look good though.
Exactly. You are just chatting. There is no pass or fail.
I think this is where I often go wrong. I feel like every conversation has to be deep and meaningful, but actually, most chats with strangers are just about small things.
That is a very important realization. We often put pressure on ourselves to have big conversations in English to prove we are fluent. But fluency is actually about handling these small conversations with ease.
Before we move to the next technique, I want to ask about body language. When I do the me to you pivot, should I be looking at them?
Great question. When you make the sensory observation, the first step, you can look at the environment. You look at the crowd or the menu. It is less aggressive. But when you do the pivot, when you ask, "Have you tried the pastries?" you should gently make eye contact.
That signals that I am actually interested in their answer.
Yes, it shows you are open to a reply.
This is really helping me visualize the scene. I can see myself holding my coffee, looking at the cakes, and just turning slightly to ask the question. It feels doable.
If you are finding these techniques helpful for calming your speaking anxiety, consider subscribing to English Speaking Corner. We release episodes like this every week to help you build confidence without the stress of traditional study. If you click the subscribe button, you'll have a gentle reminder to practice with us next time.
And it really helps us to know that this kind of calm, slow practice is useful for you.
Now, Mark, we have covered the observation and the pivot, but there is one fear that stops people from starting a conversation in the first place.
I know this fear. It is the fear of being stuck. What if I start talking and then I run out of words? Or what if the other person talks too much and I don't understand? Or what if I just get tired?
This is a very valid fear. As an introvert myself, I sometimes avoid starting conversations because I don't know how to stop them.
Exactly. I don't want to be trapped in a 20-minute conversation if my English brain is tired.
That is why you need Technique C, the safety hatch.
A safety hatch. Like on a submarine? A way to get out?
Yes, a safety hatch is a polite, prepared phrase that allows you to end the conversation at any moment without being rude. Knowing you have an exit strategy gives you the courage to enter the room.
That is powerful. If I know I can leave, I am less afraid to say hello.
Exactly. So how do we exit a casual conversation with a stranger politely? We use a future action statement.
A future action statement. Does that mean telling them what I am going to do next?
Yes, you validate the conversation and then you state what you need to do. For example, well, I should let you get back to your book. It was nice chatting with you.
Well, I should let you get back to your book. It was nice chatting with you.
This is polite because you are framing it as a favor to them. You are letting them get back to their activity. You are not rejecting them.
That is very clever. Even if I am the one who wants to stop talking, I act like I am doing it to be polite to them.
Exactly. It protects their feelings and it protects your energy. Let's try another one. Maybe you are in that line at the supermarket. You have chatted about the long wait. Now you want to stop talking and look at your phone.
Okay, I could say, well, I better check my shopping list to make sure I didn't forget anything.
Good. And add the closing tag.
Have a good day.
Well, I better check my shopping list. Have a good day. Simple, clean.
It signals that the conversation is finished, but in a friendly way.
And the phrase, "it was nice chatting with you," is a magic phrase in English. It is almost always used to signal goodbye.
Really? So if I say, it was nice chatting with you, the other person knows it is time to stop?
Yes, it is a clear code. They will almost always say, "you too," and then turn away.
That is so useful. I used to just smile and slowly turn away, which felt so awkward. Having a specific phrase is much better.
Let's review the 3 steps of the safety hatch. 1, the signal word. Well, or anyway. 2, the reason. I should let you go, or I need to check this. 3, the nice closing. Nice chatting with you, or have a good one.
Anyway, I should get going. Nice chatting with you.
Perfect. You sound completely in control.
I think that is the key word, control. When I feel in control, I don't feel anxious. The environment anchor gives me control over starting. The safety hatch gives me control over stopping.
And that control allows you to be brave. You are not jumping off a cliff. You are just stepping into a shallow pool.
Let's put it all together. I want to try a full simulation. I am the learner, you are the stranger.
Okay, where are we?
We are at a bus stop. It is raining. We are standing under the shelter.
Okay, I am looking at the rain, looking a bit miserable. Go ahead.
Step 1, sensory observation. The rain just doesn't want to stop today, does it?
No, it really doesn't. It's been pouring all day.
Step 2, me to you pivot. I forgot my umbrella this morning, so I am soaked. Are you heading home?
Oh no. Yes, I am heading home from work. Luckily, I have my coat.
That is lucky. I should have checked the weather report. Step 3, safety hatch. I see the bus coming. Anyway, here is the bus finally. Nice chatting with you.
You too. Stay dry.
Wow, that felt easy.
It was easy, and it was real English. You didn't use any complex grammar, you didn't use any C2 vocabulary, but you connected with another human being.
And if I hadn't said anything, we would have just stood there in the rain, ignoring each other.
Exactly. And that is what changing your life looks like. It isn't about giving a TED Talk. It is about these small moments of connection.
I have a question about the me to you pivot in the bus stop example. I said, are you heading home? Is that too personal?
That is a good question. Are you heading home is borderline personal, but at a bus stop at 5 p.m., it's a very standard assumption. It's safe enough. But if you want it to be even safer, you could stick to the environment.
How would I do that?
You could ask about the bus itself. I hope the bus isn't full. Is this route usually busy at this time?
Ah, I see. That keeps the focus on the bus, not the person's home. That is a good nuance.
Yes. If you are feeling shy, keep the subject on the third thing. You are person 1. They are person 2. The environment is the third thing. Talk about the third thing until you feel comfortable.
The coffee, the weather, the bus, the long line, the slow elevator, these are all third things.
Precisely. They are your props. Use them.
I want to try one more scenario, just to make sure I have it. The office kitchen. This is where I feel the most pressure because these are my colleagues.
The office kitchen is a classic awkward silence zone. You are waiting for the microwave. They are making tea. It is quiet.
Okay, step 1, sensory observation. It smells good in here. Is that popcorn?
Haha. No, it is just my soup. But thank you.
Step 2, me to you pivot. I am starving today. I skipped breakfast. Did you manage to get a lunch break?
Barely. It has been such a crazy day.
Step 3, safety hatch, microwave beeps. Well, my food is ready. I better get back to my desk. Hope your afternoon goes well.
Thanks, you too.
That felt very professional, but friendly.
And notice how you use the microwave beep as your cue. You use the environment to help you leave. Well, my food is ready.
It is so much better than just standing there staring at the microwave numbers counting down.
It builds relationships. Next time you see that colleague, it will be easier to say hello. You have broken the ice.
The ice is just that silence. Once you break it once, it stays broken.
That is a beautiful way to think about it. You only have to be brave for the first 10 seconds. The rest is just coasting.
I think the biggest takeaway for me today is that I don't need to be interesting. I just need to be observant.
Yes, to be interesting, be interested. Interested in the coffee, the rain, the bus, or the soup.
And I don't need to trap myself. I can leave whenever I want with the safety hatch.
That freedom is what allows you to speak.
So, Anna, for our listeners who are listening to this on their way to work or school, what should they do next?
I want you to try the Environment Anchor Challenge.
A challenge? I like challenges. What do they have to do?
In the next 48 hours, I want you to make one sensory observation to a stranger. Just one.
That sounds scary.
It doesn't have to be a conversation. You don't have to do the pivot or the safety hatch. Just drop the anchor.
So just say the first sentence?
Yes. If you are in a coffee shop, say to the person in line, "It smells great in here." If you are waiting for a slow elevator, say to the person waiting, "This elevator is taking forever."
And if they don't answer?
It doesn't matter. You win just by saying it. You are practicing the courage to break the silence.
Okay, I can do that. Just one sentence. No pressure to continue.
Exactly. If they respond, great. If they don't, you just smile and look forward. You have still practiced your English in the real world.
And for the grammar, remember the tag questions. Isn't it? Doesn't it? Aren't we?
Yes. Keep your voice down at the end. Make it a statement, not a question.
It is cold, isn't it? Not, it is cold, isn't it? Rising tone.
Perfect.
I feel much more ready to face the world now. The silence isn't a wall anymore. It's just a space waiting for an observation.
That is the spirit. Remember, every friend you haven't met yet is just a stranger waiting for you to say hello.
You have the tools now. You have the anchor. You have the pivot. You have the hatch.
Go out and use them. Start small, be brave, and watch how the world opens up to you.
Good luck with your challenge.
You can do this. See you in the next episode.